My name is Paget and welcome to Bright Day Thoughts, information that's disappearing. I recently learned a different way to do subtraction, and it occurred to me that every 10 years or so they're teaching subtraction differently without any mention of how the past people did it. So what other information is disappearing that you don't know about? But let me just show you this to give you an example. There are people who are alive right now who borrow and pay back. But when they die, this knowledge goes with them because their grandchildren don't know this. Watch. You have a zero, so you need to borrow, right? Well, you need to pay back. I'm paying back. I don't touch this guy because each step I'm paying back, right? I need to borrow and pay back again. I'm going to put a zero just to be clear. 1 plus 9 equals 10, right? So that's 10. And that's 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Here, I need to borrow to make it a 10. I don't need to touch him because I'm paying back. 10. 10 minus 1, because here I have 1 plus 0. See? That's 1. 10 minus 1 is 9. Here, 1 minus 1 is 0. It's 0. I borrowed and paid back. And I got 902. Now, today, look, today, how are they teaching it? Watch. Sorry, you have to watch me erase. Okay, 1098. Today they're teaching that you have to go all the way over to the 1,000 column and you have to, oh, they don't call it borrowing, they call it regrouping. Regrouping. This is 10 100ths. And I'm going to take one of those hundreds over to the other column. So I have 0 now. I borrowed from the 10 100ths. I'm now in the column where I have 10 10s. So I need to regroup. I now have 10 here. So I can borrow because, oh, they don't call it borrowing. There I go again. I give a 10. So it's 10 hundredths, 10 tens, 10. And now I can start with the subtraction, which you can figure out from here on out. My point is, a teacher is not teaching like, okay, first, here's this way. Second, here's this way, which is my way. A long time ago, they didn't bother with 10 100ths, 10 tens, 10. Then we called it borrowing, but we never had a payback. Why not teach all? Teach this method, teach the way I learned, teach the way that older people learned in the past. Then each kid could resonate, oh, I like that way, and then use that way. Without that, when a teacher is only teaching this way, all of that prior knowledge is getting lost. Now this is just one example. This is just subtraction in math. What about all the other categories out there related to medicine, for instance? There are so many ways that people used to help themselves. Because let's face it, what do you want to do? You want to be able to support yourself. That means not having to run to the doctor because you have a splinter in your finger, not running to, you know, anything out there. You want to be able to, I can do this on my own. but how much knowledge that people had in the past of how to live themselves sufficiently without government's help. And all of that information is being lost. It's dying. Anyway, so this was just an example of lost information. Now go. Anchor the light. Hua.